welcome back to the Mario Kart Double Dash Winter Olympics. I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate, hope you had or are having a good one. There's a lot going on this time of year, and the Winter Olympics is no exception. All right, we are over halfway through at this point. There are just 2 events left, counting today's, and a little bit of a slim crowd. It's the holidays, people are busy. Kind of makes sense. But we should still be in for a very interesting competition here today. We're going to take a quick look at our standings, just so you know what's going into today. So the big story of the day is going to be our current leader in the points leaderboard. Pittman 15 has a 10-point lead on second place Triple 10, and literally all he has to do to secure the Winter Olympics championship is just finish the event today. So, because there's only 3 people, if he gets 10 points, he'll have 36. The next best will have 24 at most, and actually that's not true. Okay. Wait, I just realized I was completely wrong. Okay. That's kind of embarrassing. But if he just finishes today, he gets 10 points and will be at least very close. And that's if he gets last place. And looking at the competition, it's not bad. It's not bad. He can't let it fly under the radar. A little further down the standings, it's Dr. DK Bonanza and Thirsty Eyes with 8 and 7 points respectively. But they're going to make some jumps today, because again, if you finish this event, there's only 3 people, they're going to finish with 1 point for just finishing the event, and at least 9 points for finishing 3rd place. And so they're definitely going to make some big jumps in the standings, and could potentially jump into 2nd. Not going to be able to jump into 1st today, but really this is like the last chance for anyone to catch Pittman in the standings, because if he... I'm doing the math, hold on. Because if Pittman just gets 2nd place today, then he will automatically what am I saying? He will automatically win the competition. So big stakes on the line for Pittman today. As we look at the country standings, again, we have a very clear top 2 emerging in Canada and the United States, and those are where our competitors lie today. But 2 versus 1, Canada versus United States, is going to be a big opportunity for Canada to expand their lead. Again, as long as everyone just finishes the event, Canada should expand their lead, but just how much will they be able to extend it by? Because there's no way of knowing if they are going to clinch the country championship after today, because we don't know how many U.S. or Canada players are going to be playing next week. All right, now for our event. Today we have the Flap Off. We're going to do time trial 1 tries on all 16 tracks in a random order, but here's the twist. Instead of it being determined by your course time, it's determined by your fastest lap. All right. And since we have 3 people today, the fastest lap on a given track is going to get 3 points, and the slowest is going to get 1. And the ranking at the end of this will be decided by your total points. So if you win every race, it's 3 times 16, it's 48. And if you lose every, you get 1 point times 16, it's 16 points. And then that's just going to decide who gets 1st, 2nd, and 3rd today. And then shortcuts and glitches are not permitted. So for any glitchers out there, but yeah, I think we are just about ready to get started, but before we do, we do have to choose our first track. All right, we got the wheel pulled up. Shout out to the wheel. And yeah, all right, first track. Will it be? Like it's going to be Wario Coliseum. All right, we are already going to be in for a treat, it seems, folks. We're just waiting on one more ready signal, and we should be underway. Alright, here we go. Warrior Coliseum, the first track in this one. Alright, seems like Pittman has already started. Now, I imagine the runners will attempt their flaps on lap 2, but they do have to be careful on lap 1, because if they fall off, they lose their mushrooms, and that's going to be a big time loss on a track like this one, where shrooms can save quite a bit of time. I mean, sure, it's quite a bit of time on pretty much every track, but So yeah, it does seem like all the runners are going to sandbag to lap 2. I mean, that makes sense. Oh, Thirsty Ice falling off here. That's very unfortunate. Going to be having to do a shroomless lap for her attempt here. But yeah, no. Again, it just makes sense to play it safer on lap 1. On literally every track, it's faster to do the flaps, not on lap 1, just because, 1, the start boost, it's a very short boost, and it just puts you at mini turbo speed, so it's just better to release a mini turbo on the finish line. And 2, when you start on lap 1, you're actually a little bit behind the finish line, so you're just automatically losing time there. But yeah, it does seem like Pittman's playing on a new save. I imagine 1.4.1 isn't his flap PR. So that's going to make it actually pretty easy to tell what the fastest lap is for him. But yeah, it seems like DK and Pittman both on their lap 2. I imagine this is like their official attempt. First guy's also on lap 2 now. Is already going to be down those shrooms. Solid spiral from both Pittman and DK, it seems. And yeah, just really just interesting move from DK, holding onto a shroom, maybe just trying to sandbag in case he makes a mistake. And normally the optimal strat is to use both shrooms on that spiral, but we'll see. Alright, Pittman going off the final ramp now. Looks like he's gonna finish with about a 101? Yeah, 101.573 is the time from Pittman. 104.548 is the time from DK. And Thirsty Ice going to be finishing out her lap now. Will it be the fastest of her 2 laps? We'll see. It's going to be a 1:16.028. Slight improvement over that lap 1, but unfortunately just not going to be enough to catch Pittman or DK. Pittman takes home the first race, that being Warrior Coliseum. Alright. It is time to select our next track. I did this in maybe the most confusing way possible. I apologize. Alright. Next track. What'll it be? Like it's going to be Daisy Cruiser. Alright. It's a track. Daisy's park boat. Dude. Alright, we are on... I thought it was like the pack bot or whatever. But yeah, we're here on Daisy's cruiser, it's her cruise ship. And it's a little unforgiving. There's a little cool skip you can do here as we see DK go for it and fall in. So you're gonna have to do a lap without shrooms. The other two players playing it safe going around. I mean, it just makes sense to not go for the pool skip here on lap 1, because your lap 1 probably not going to be your actual flap attempt. So just might as well just play it safe. Make sure you don't lose you with those mushrooms, and are able to use those on your actual flap attempt. It does seem like Pittman is setting up for his flap attempt now. Alright, yeah, Pittman off to the races. Thirsty Eyes also on her flap attempt, it seems. And Thirsty Eyes going in the pool. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, rough start for both DK and Thirsty Eyes. Whatever their fastest lap is going to be, it's probably going to be a shroomless one. Meanwhile, Pittman's going to finish with a 33.209. I imagine he's going to just take that as his fastest. If you use both shrooms, it's going to be kind of hard to catch that, and yeah. Does not seem interested in completing another lap. Alright, meanwhile, Thirsty Ice on lap 3, 44.4 is her time to beat, and going in the full skip again. Very unfortunate. Alright. Perfect finishing sync by DK and Pittman. DK's going to finish at a 37.185. And what will Thirsty Ice finish time be? Seems like it will be a 44.414, so that lap 2 will end up being her time. So yeah, I mean, same results as last race. Pittman first, DK second, and Thirsty Ice third. Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy so far. Again, would have liked a few more players today, but I understand why. Crowd's a little slim. We are now going to prepare for our next track. What will our next track be? Still got 14 left. Seems like it's going to be Dry Desert. All right. The last second course switch up from the wheel. But yeah, Baby Park is next. Or no, that's not Baby Park. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. Dry Desert is next on the docket. So gonna be a fun one there. Again, this lap one probably not going to matter for any of our runners, as you know they're just completing a lap just to set up for that lap 2 flap attempt. All right, looks like Pittman is about to begin his lap, maybe just waiting for that perfect cycle. Thirsty Eyes going in, so is DK. It seems like Thirsty Eyes did use her first mushroom, so did DK. Alright, so yeah, all three racers on what probably going to be their lap attempt now. Interesting line going to that shrimp from DK. And he's gonna finish with a 32.734, Pittman with a 29.6, and Thirsty Ice with a 39.3. But she does still have a Shroom, who could go for a faster lap here on lap 3. Alright, rounding the final corner is Thirsty Ice, 39.3, I believe is her time to be. And she's going to finish with a, still going to be 39.3. Not able to quite catch that lap 2. And it's going to be a 29.695 from Pittman. Again, nothing crazy. I mean, the players are finishing in order of skill level. The event's working like it's supposed to, I suppose, but just no shakeups so far. Never say never. We still got 13 tracks to go. What will it be next? It's gonna be PK Mountain. Oh my gosh. The wheel is actually just rage baiting. Did we see that? Did we see that? Alright, DK Mountain, the next course. Alright, so DK Mountain goes without saying, it's a pretty treacherous course. Did Pittman already use a Shroom on lap 1? I believe he did. I mean, it's not a terrible decision, you know, you can never guarantee you're gonna, just as I was trying to say it, tails the gap there. DK falling off the bridge here. So yeah, I mean, Pittman lap 1 is gonna be a 42.0. But, I mean, he still has 2 more laps. He can try to complete a Shroomless lap faster than that. Similar situation with DK, with a 43.0 opener. 40.3 on the first lap from Thirsty Ice. But, again, she has those 2 Shrooms, the other 2 don't. So that's already an advantage she has on the other 2. Let me switch the music, because I forgot to do that. And yeah, lap 2 from Pittman. Ooh, close call on that bridge. But he's going to finish the lap with a 36.259. Definitely better than his first go around. Pittman's also going to finish with a better lap than his first one. Pittman going to call it quits after getting stuck on that fence there. So it seems like that 36.259 will be his final lap. Or 295, I apologize. And DK filling the gap again. So it seems like the lap 2 will be his. It was a 39 point something. I don't remember the exact digits. I apologize. Yeah, Thirsty Ice on lap 3 saw us go with the Shroom. We just saw her use one heading down the mountain. But the boulder. Never like to see that. Never like to see that. Okay, and it was in fact a 259 from Pittman. I believe it was 39.966 from DK. And we're going to catch Thirsty Ice's final time here. It will be a 46.9. Yeah, that boulder, little costly, you know. am just gonna wait on a confirmation of DK's time. I wasn't 100% on it. I was like 99% on it. And yeah, indeed, it was a 39.966 out of DK. All right, on his mountain. And our next track is going to be. It's going to stay on Mario Circuit. It is Mario Circuit. The first of 3 circuits in this game we're going to play. And yeah, you know, Mario Circuit. It's Mario's Circuit. Makes you think. Really makes you think. And here we are on Mario Circuit again. Setup laps here on lap 1. Probably not going to see anything too crazy take place. And even if they hit a Goomba here like Bitman just does, they're still going to hold on to their mushrooms. So again, just setting up for that lap 2, which probably will be their flap. Yeah, seems like... Ooh, Pitman hitting the tree. Very smart play by him to not use that shroom, because, you know, he can just go for the flap again on lap 3. Meanwhile, DK, both of his shrooms have been used. Meanwhile, Thirsty is using a shroom. Interesting. And, ooh, DK with a Goomba hit on what was his shroom lap. Maybe could try to beat it with a shroomless lap now. Yeah, 34.449 lap from Thirsty Ice. Just gonna try to beat that shroomless. That's that's a lot easier said than done on a track like this where shrooms can save a ton of time. I think each individual shroom saves about 0.8, so you know. And it seems like Pitman's having a not terrible lap so far. Yeah, got a little rough there at the end. But is going to finish with a 29.643, I believe. And I did not catch DK's time. He finished with a 32.018. So, again, no surprises. No big surprises here. Again, it's more on the skill-based side, so unsurprising we're not going to see any huge shakeups. But yeah, we are headed into our next track. Will be going to be Waluigi Stadium. Let me get that music playing. All right. Oh shit. Alright, here we go. Waluigi Stadium. Alright, Pittman on. Alright, all three players on lap 2 now. Seems like Pittman going to go for the wall ride, signifying that this is not going to be his lap attempt. I mean, it seems like he had a rough encounter in the dip there. He did use a shroom, so I think just after the shroom got a rough landing into the dip. Meanwhile, I think Tsunami also seemingly used a mushroom, but again, it seems like he's going to punt it into lap 3. I mean, didn't use the mushroom at the optimal shroom spot this lap. So, you know, a little interesting, but nothing too shocking. Alright, I mean, this lap 3 for Pittman and DK is just going to be, you know, basically just one shroom lap practice. And yeah, both DK and Pittman using their mushroom here on lap 3. I mean, Thirsty Eyes does have both mushrooms. Ooh, DK getting stuck on that piranha pipe. That could spice things up. Pittman finishing the final ramp trick. And he is going to finish with a 34.389 here on Waluigi Stadium. DK, meanwhile, is going to finish a 38.282. That opener is actually going to end up being his fastest lap. And what will Thirsty Eyes finish with? It's going to be a 40.692. So, got kind of close to DK there, but DK is still going to take this one. Again, nothing. No crazy twists so far or anything. But I mean, we are only 6 races in. We're only 6 races in. Alright, next track. What'll it be? What'll it be? Seems like it's going to be... Is it actually going to be Park this time? It is. And baby, Park. It's Park, baby. Woo! Alright. Baby Park. Baby Park. Alright, I mean, Baby Park, it's the shortest track in the game. It has the shortest lap in the game. And Pittman getting turned around on that shroom. Seems like he's going to be relegated to having to complete a shroomless lap for his fastest. Alright, DK using both the shrooms here. Has a 9.365 lap. Seems like he's going to be content with that. There's guys still holding on to both those mushrooms. I guess just wait until, you know, it feels right. Possibly wait until lap 7. Has to use him here on lap 6 or 7. Oh, getting stuck on the corner here, so it seems like, yeah, it just has to be lap 7 now. Again, Pittman just trying to get the best shroomless lap he can. 9.365 is the time to beat. Because, you know, it's just... That is the lap DK got, but it seems like Pittman's fastest is going to be a 9.6, I think? But yeah, that's not going to be enough to catch DK. Meanwhile, Third Chaser was a 10 point something. I didn't exactly catch it, I apologize. Yeah, 9.479 for Pittman versus a 10.375 from Thirsty Ice. So for the first time, DK is actually going to take a lap. I mean, yeah, BP, you know, it's the shortest track. the shortest lap by far. One mistake is going to cost you a lot of seconds, especially when you're having to do a shroomless lap compared to a shroom lap. But yeah, big win by DK there. He still is behind Pittman by 5 points, but you know, cutting that gap. That's what we want to see. We want to see it get interesting here as we head into our 8th race. Which is going to be Yoshi's Circuit. Yeah, so Yoshi's Circuit, you know, it's a circuit, it's Yoshi's. And yeah, here we go. I mean, again, the one problem with the lap off in a live event is you just don't know. I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say. Is you just don't really need to focus on lap 1 at all, because that's just usually where racers will set up to do their lap attempts. Unless like they like literally fall off on lap 1, you're not going to see anything crazy happen. And on a track like this, I doubt anyone's going to fall off. But yeah, that's the one unfortunate reality of the lap off event. But other than that, it's pretty exciting. And we're starting lap 2 here now. Pittman using his shroom. Thirsty Ice going to use her shroom. Yeah, all 3 racers are going to be doing their lap here on lap 2. Thirsty Ice seemingly bounced a little bit, or not Thirsty Ice. Sorry, DK bounced a little bit on that landing. That could cost him some time. And yeah, final shroom from Pittman. He's going to finish the lap with a 34.253. DK going to finish with a 36.019. And Thirsty is on lap 3, going to try to get a better lap than her lap 2, I assume. And let's see this final time from Thirsty Ice. It's going to be a 40.533. And you know, more the same here on Yoshi Circuit. Again, Pittman first, DK second, Thirsty Ice third. Same combination we've seen on 7 out of 8 races so far. Baby Park, the lone exception. But yeah, we are now at the halfway point. I'll give a quick little update on our standings. Pittman is in the lead with 23 points through these first 8 races. DK Tsunami is in second with 17, and Thirsty Ice is in third with 8. But we still got half the tracks left. Not over yet for anyone. So yeah, and what is our next track going to be? We'll find out. All right, seems like it's going to be Peach Beach. You know, it's Peach's Beach. And yeah, this is a track where the flap shrooms save a lot of time. Which is going to make things interesting on a track like this. You know, because like if you use your shrooms on a lap, and like you mess up the shrooms or you mess up after the shrooms, like you can't even like Like, do we even have the ability to recover that, you know? So yeah, going to be a very interesting race to watch here. Yeah, so we're underway. Again, not going to be anything crazy here on lap 1. And yeah, you know, alright. Pittman starting lap 2, will this be his attempt? Yes, it will. Clean shrooms, that's what you want. DK also on his attempt. Also shrooms as well. Drifting through the shrooms, which might not be exactly what you want, but you know, still gonna keep on trucking. Pittman going in the grass there a little bit at the end. That could cost him a bit of time. With DK also going in that grass, Pittman gonna finish the lap with a 22.747. I imagine he's probably gonna be content with that. Meanwhile, Pittman or DK finished with a 23.324. And yeah, Thirsty on her final lap. Now, looked like she was going to use her shrooms and then just didn't, interestingly. But I mean, yeah, just had to use them now. Is going through the tide here. But yeah, I mean, that's already not a great sign for her, and this is probably not going to be a big point getter this race. Yeah, fast lap going to be a 28.899. And yeah, again, same configuration that we're used to. 3, 2, and 1. So we prepare for our next course. Will be Bowser's Castle. Ooh, Bowser's Big Bad Castle. That's what we're playing next. You know. Alright, now Bowser's Castle is, in my opinion, the hardest track in an event like this. Because not only is the track itself hard, you know, you gotta, like, deal with all these obstacles and stuff, but just doing a lap attempt on this track is so difficult, because, you know, even the best of the best players, there's really only, like, one optimal, cycle to go on for the flat. Meanwhile, Pittman, hitting a fireball is going to fall into the lava and is going to have to complete a shroomless lap for his attempt. So yeah, this is just a really a treacherous track, just because, you know, the cycles, and there's really like a very, very limited window of times you can go and still be on the optimal cycles. I mean, for me, it's like less than a second total. So like you really gotta be like going at the right time, and if you just can't go at that time, then you're kind of screwed. DK using both his shrooms here on lap 1, it seems like he's going to be content with a 50.235 as his lap. Meanwhile, Pittman on lap 2 now, again, just has to try to get the best shroomless lap he can. Alright, no shroom lap from Pittman. That'll be complete here. What will it be? It will be a 49.665. They're still going to try to improve that here on lap 3, it seems, but will at least be DK. Meanwhile, Thirsty has both shrooms left still. I mean, I get has to use them here on this lap 3. Will she use them? Not entirely sure. But you know, when the game's gonna give you free speed boost, you know, you gotta use them. All right, uses them both on this battle here. Interesting. Now, meanwhile, Pittman is about to finish his lap 3 and is gonna try to beat his lap 2, give himself as much padding as he can get. And yeah, we'll actually finish with a 47.871. So good work by him. And meanwhile, seems like Thirsty Eyes is rounding the final corner. Her fastest lap will be 56.376. Not bad, but she's not going to be good enough to compete for the top 2, unfortunately. And yeah, you know, we're moving along. We only have 6 tracks left. We are moving fast. All right, our next track. What'll it be? What do you got? It'll be Mushroom City at the last second. It's about to get mucky. Alright, Mushroom City. This is an interesting track because the mushrooms just do not save that much time here. So I mean, you could realistically see someone like use both their shrooms in a lap and not even make too many like mistakes at all, and just still be able to get a faster no shroom lap on like lap 3. And Pittman getting stuck on that first turn here. Luckily did not use a mushroom, so still going to be able to attempt a lap on lap 3. Meanwhile, DK used a shroom on lap 2. Very close car dodge there. So you get around this Wiggler bus and does. Oh my goodness, this guy's living in like the Matrix right now. Dodging everything. And yeah, gonna go for the mud strat with the second shroom. Not a bad play. Just trying to play it safe, and it seems like 35.242 is going to be his finishing time. Neither Thirsty Eyes or Pittman has surpassed that, I believe. So we will see the lap 3 from both. And Pittman, I think he hit a Wiggler bus there? I could very much be wrong, but... Let's see, Thirsty has used both of her mushrooms here on lap 3. I honestly think any racer could win this one. We'll see what Pittman's time is going to be. 36.658, so not going to beat DK. And 37.4 from Thirsty Ice, so pretty close race there all around, but it is actually going to be DK Tsunami taking that one. Alright, well, I'll even have to change the music. Let's find out. 1 in 5 chance of Mushroom Bridge, 4 in 5 chance at our other 4 tracks. And it is going to be Mushroom Bridge. Alright, making my job easier. Don't even have to switch the music. You'll love it. You'll love it. And yeah, so here we go. I mean, Mushroom Bridge, I mean, two sides of the same coin, really. This and Mushroom City, I mean, obviously very similar tracks, same music. Both you have cars going around, but they're also similar in the fact that the mushrooms aren't the most useful here on this track. I mean, the shrooms they do save time. I mean, the mushrooms save time on every track, obviously, but the optimal mushroom spots only save. I mean, what? Less than 0.5 a piece, if that. I mean, I think the second one only saves like 0.2 or so. The first one I would say saves like 0.3, 0.4. Someone who's good at the game, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you know, just I mean, the shrooms don't really matter here on this track. I mean, obviously, they are still going to try to use both their shrooms in one lap, try to get the best lap they can with those shrooms. But there's a very real possibility that the winning lap here could be a shroomless one. Pittman did use both his shrooms on lap 2, and it seems like he's having a pretty clean lap so far. We'll see how this final straightaway goes for him. And yeah, he's running through a 26.286. But it's going to keep going, going to try to get a faster shroomless lap. And getting stuck on this tunnel wall bit here. Don't know if that's going to happen. DK used both his shrooms here on lap 3. Gonna see what he finishes with. Final time for Pigman is going to be that 26.286. From DK, it's going to be 27.703. And it will be a 30.683 from Thirsty Ice. Alright. So, just 4 races left, and if we look at the standings really quickly, Pittman does have an 8-point lead on second place DK Tsunami, and, you know, first place gets 3, second place, and third place gets 1. So, at the very least, he's going to tie for first. Now, if there is a tie for first, it will come down to total time from all the laps. So, technically, I mean, he's still not out of the woods, technically, but if he wins this race, no matter what, Pittman will win this event. But it's not going to be easy as we head to Dino Deshungle. Never an easy one. Never an easy one. This track is. Alright, and here we go. Lap 1 another jungle, you know. Yeah, it's the setup lap, but these racers cannot take it easy, and we see exactly why. DK falling off the bridge here is going to have to complete a lap mushroomless. And meanwhile, it seems like Pittman already used a mushroom somewhere. Not entirely sure why or where. And Thirsty Ice also falling off, so at best, we're going to see a 1 mushroom lap. As our winner here. Again, just showing, you know, these setup laps you gotta be careful on. You can't be dilly-dallying, you can't be goofing around, or you could be in some serious trouble. And yeah, Pittman is going to use his 1 shroom here on lap 2. Ooh, stuck on that fence. Looks like he was maybe going to fall off the bridge there for a second, but is able to stay on course. And he's going to finish this lap with a 36.826. Seems like he's going to be content with that. Lap 2 from DK is going to be 39.856. He's going to try to beat, that lap and Pittman's lap. Shroomless here. A big ask, but not impossible, not impossible. A similar situation for Thirsty Ice. But just getting in the grass here. I unfortunately don't think that one's going to happen. By the way, has anyone noticed that like the bass on this song is actually insane? Like I want to play this song on like my car speakers, like just to like hear what it sounds like. Anyways, but yeah, DK finishing DK Mountain. He's gonna finish a 39.738, and that's just not going to be enough to catch Pittman. And with that, Pittman is going to be your winner here in the flap off. We still got 3 races left. So, I mean, they still got to finish it all the way through, but, you know, congrats to Pittman on the win, But, again, we still got 3 races left. All right. Oh, what? Hold on. All right, here we go. Our third to last track is going to be Rainbow Road. Alright, I mean, would have been kind of nice to have it as the last track, but, can't always get what you ask for, you know. And yeah, Rainbow Road, is in a similar limbo to Down in Jungle last track we played, where, you know, lap 1, you know, you just do your setup lap, just go through the motions, right? But if you mess up, you could just have to be forced into a Shroomless lap. Shrooms do not save as much time on the track as they do on Down in Jungle, I believe, but still, you don't want to lose your Shrooms. You don't want to lose those free speed boosts that the game just gives you. So yeah, it is of the utmost importance that Roy should play it safe here on lap 1, do everything they can to not fall off. And but I mean, it doesn't seem like any race is going to fall off. They got through all the hard sections. Yeah, lap 2's starting now. Alright. Pittman, interesting, not using his first shroom at like the regular shroom spot. Not entirely sure what happened there. Seems like he's gonna, you know, punt the lap to lap 3, or maybe he just straight up forgot to shroom. Not entirely sure. And Pittman is a very good player. I believe he's top 60. Maybe he's at least top 70. Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player. I think he knows where to use the mushrooms on this track, so I would imagine he is just trying to wait until lap 3. I mean, no racer has used their mushrooms yet. Maybe they're gonna do the rare double shroom on the spiral strategy. Not often you see that one, but it does happen. Oh, okay, well, we're going to see it from Pittman, and he's going to finish the lap with a 59.433. Very solid, given the strategy. I can kind of understand it, because, you know, you just want to play it safe, make sure you have that mushroom for the end, in case, you know, you get, like, stuck on the spiral or something. But, yeah, meanwhile, Pittman, North Thirsty Ice using their mushrooms here on lap 3. And, yeah, so it seems like on lap 2, excuse me, so it just seems like they're lap attempt is going to be on lap 3. 59.433 is the time to beat from Pittman. It's gonna be a tough one. And I mean, Pittman's even trying to do a shroomless lap faster than that, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, just given the skill, I really doubt the other 2 racers are going to be able to surpass that lap. Not entirely sure what their PRs there are, but it would not surprise me if they were, not as fast as that lap from Goodman. But is going to finish with that 59.433. DK did use a shroom here at the start of lap 3, and it's going to end lap 3 with a shroom as well. He will finish with a 1:02.547. And Thirsty Eyes having used both these mushrooms here on the final spiral. She will finish with a 1:06.742. Seems like her lap 1 was actually the fastest lap for her there. Interesting. Regardless. Just 2 tracks left. 2 tracks. It's gonna be... What'll it be? Will it be Luigi Circuit? Will it be Sherbet Land? We will find out. Sherbet Land it is. Oh my goodness. Luigi Circuit is going to be the last track. Holy switch up. But yeah, Sherbet Land. It's the land of sherbet. And I sure bet this is going to be a good one. And yeah, I mean, Sherbetland, a very interesting track. I mean, there's a very obvious shroom spot here, but those shrooms can very easily be messed up. And even if you have good mushrooms, your exit from the mushrooms themselves can completely mess you up. So this track is a very interesting one, especially for the laps. Yeah, Pittman seems like he's going to wait till lap 3 to use his mushrooms. A 26.2 shroomless lap from him. That might end up being his fastest lap, depending on what happens here on lap 3. Does want that slope a little bit more than you want, but still makes it through. Thursday seemingly used her mushrooms here on lap 2. And yeah, Pittman using those shrooms seems like it's going to be a fairly clean ending to the lap. He is going to finish Sherbetland with a 25.150 lap. Very solid, very solid. Meanwhile, we're going to see DK. His fastest lap will be a 28.084, I believe that says. And Thursday's fast will be 29.579. So Thursday's not too far off DK there, but unfortunately just not going to be enough for her to catch up. Alright, well... here we go. Final track. I mean, we know what it's going to be, right? We know what it's going to be. No way. Luigi Circuit will be your final track. I mean, yeah, kind of ironic, You're ending off the event with the first track in the game. Very interesting way for this one to end. But yeah, seems like everything is set in terms of the standings. Just, really just ceremonial at this point, this final race. But you know, no reason to not try to show off here. Alright, and then on lap 2, he's going to be using a shroom steer. Let's see what he can get. And yeah, final shroom here from Pittman. He's going to finish lap 25.204. Not bad at all. And DK entering lap 2 now is going to use his shrooms. Not yet. Meanwhile, Thirsty Eyes on lap 3. Oh, spending some time in the sand here. Not sure if she used her mushrooms on lap 2 or lap 3, but either way, not looking good for her on this lap 3. No shrooms left in the tank. And yeah, alright, seems like this lap has to be DK's attempt. First shroom, not bad. We're going in the sand a bit though. I did not catch Thirsty Ice's lap, I apologize. He's finishing with a 30.130. And now we just await DK's lap. Final corner, or final U-turn there. And he will finish with a 27.284. And that is going to do it for the flap off. Now, just some quick updates to the standings. All 16 tracks are completed. The results are in. Again, obviously Pittman is going to be your winner. That was established quite a bit ago. Finishing in first with 46 points. DK not too far behind in second with 34, and Thirsty Ice in third with 16. All right, let's look at our standings, and obviously we're seeing some moves being made, and our top 3 from today's event are also the current top 3 in the standings. Pittman, DK, and Thirsty Ice in that exact order too. And big story here: Pittman, 42-point lead, 42 points versus 21. Even if he doesn't participate, DK, and if DK gets 16, it's still not going to be enough. So Pittman is officially going to be the 2025 Mario Kart Double Dash Winter Olympics champion. Congratulations to him. Really impressive, you know. He's already been in the Summer Olympics the last 2 years, and I mean, was in part of the championship team in both, and now look at him here, finishing as the champion of the Winter Olympics. Just one of the GOATs of the Olympics, for sure. And yeah, and then again, it's DK and Thirsty Ice moving into second and third respectively. Again, just big points hauls from podium finishes today. But I mean, this battle for second is very much still on. DK with 21, Thirsty Ice with 17, Travel 10 with 16, Tristan C and Jimbo with 13 apiece, Simon with 12, Optimistic Emo with 10. And there's a lot of players that can compete for the second place position. So it's gonna be interesting heading into this final week. And meanwhile, as we look at our country standings, and these are not as important as the player standings, but Canada really starting to pull away with it, especially after a 1-3 today. Now has an 18-point lead over the United States. I mean, still, you don't know how many U.S. players, how many Canadian players are going to be playing in next week's event. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that affects the country standings. But yeah, I mean, again, big story here. Pittman is officially your is officially your 2025 Winter Olympics champion. Huge congrats to him. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Next week we have the last Carter standing, the final event. It's going to be a great one. I really hope to see you all there. Again, registrations will be in the server. And yeah, January 3rd, 3 p.m. Eastern. You're going to want to be there. Alright, that's all I'll say. But yeah, it's good having you all out here today. Really hope you enjoyed. Congratulations to all our competitors, especially Pittman. And yeah, I'll see you all in next week. Peace.